crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Hey guys, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. For those of you who didn't catch the live stream yesterday, go check it out. It's called The End of the World as We Know It. All the potential issues and problems that are approaching at a very fast clip, as in a couple weeks. I talk about those. We talk about silver, cryptos, a lot about Theta. Everybody's asking about Theta, trying to get their hands on it. Good move. And yeah, go to Road to Ruta. I don't think it went out as an announcement on YouTube, might have, but it's the Bix Weir Live right here at the top, my Road to Ruta. All right, let's talk about this. Stock market closed up 9/11 yesterday. Yes, 9/11. How many times have we seen it? I've seen silver and gold close at 666 the same day. So gold was $666, while silver was $6.66. Of course it's rigged. Of course there's good guys and bad guys at play. Why are they closing the Dow at 9/11? 9/11's been an extremely important date, as most of you know. And I'm not just talking about what happened in 2001. We know that was an inside job, obviously. But 9/11 also happened on, and I think it was the good guys trying to take down the system, 9/11/2008. On 9/11/2008 is when the stock market, the money market funds were having massive withdrawals, $500 billion in a matter of hours. And Senator Kanjorski came on a couple days later and said we had to stop it. We were having an electronic run on the banks. So on 9/11/2008, there was an electronic run on the banks. And if you follow the road to Ruta, what does Ruta write in the sand in the new comic book? 11 plus 9. From the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, 11 plus 9. And that came out in 2007, January 1st. And I'm like, something's going to happen on 9/11. It didn't happen in 2007. It did happen in 2008. That was the attempted takedown of the criminal banking cabal. The next one was just last year, September 11th, 2019. There was the takedown in the repo market. The repo market exploded, and that next Monday they had to basically give bailouts to anybody and everybody who wanted it. That's when the Fed really opened the kimono, shall we say, was on 9/11/2019, and then it's been money printing galore. I just found out yesterday, I hadn't been looking at it. I heard they were doing swaps. I found the right data. Swaps are over $460 billion that the Fed has given to other countries' banks, to their central banks, but literally that funnels down to the banks to bail out the derivative market. It is ugly out there. $500 billion has gone out also. I'm adding that to the bank bailouts. For private road members, I'm keeping that list updated. You check that out today and on Patreon channel. So yes, it is a sign 9/11 was closed yesterday. I don't know who was assigned by. I would guess the good guys looking to take down the bad guys. I don't know. Speaking of good guys versus bad guys, silver price. Silver has jumped to 17. Remember, it was stuck at 15. None of it has anything to do with the price of silver, by the way. COMEX futures and options are just that, electronic futures and options. There is no physical silver market on planet Earth. No, the LBMA is not a physical. So you're stuck with silver derivatives traded, which determine the price, and that's how they're able to keep it down. Now, go back to 1980. Silver hit $50 and gold went to $800, right? Well, where's gold now? Over double that. Where's silver now? 1/3 of the all-time highs from 1980. And then again in 2011. Why? Because it's much more important market to control, because there's just not enough silver out there to be used in industrial assets as well as investment assets as well as monetary instruments. It's never going to be money again, I don't think. There's just not enough silver. And gold, yeah, maybe. There's a hell of a lot of gold. In dollar terms, yes, gold is undervalued. Gold should probably be $5,000 to $10,000, maybe $20,000. Silver is massively overvalued. It should be 4 to 1 at least with gold right now, which at 4 to 1, $20,000 gold, 4 to 1 is $5,000 silver. And those of you bitching about how hard it is to store silver because you get so much for your money, you wouldn't mind having that problem with $5,000 silver, would you? You can buy yourself a vault or two. So yeah, get your physical silver, get it now. We're having problems in the silver markets. Look at the volumes of the last 2 days, May 15th and May 18th, almost double the average for the month. Well over 500 million ounces, 500 million ounces of silver have traded on both days. May 15th looks like about 550 million ounces, and then 18th even more. And that's as the price is going up. So absolutely, massive volatility means there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Keep an eye on it. We're seeing massive amount of contracts trading hands. What does that mean? Are the shorts trying to go long? The 8 bankers? Could be. They swap around contracts with each other to control the price. Is BlackRock taking over the short position? I think at some point they'll try. They're one of the biggest riggers out there, and they don't have to tell many people about what's going on. Question is, who's going to take the silver hot potato, which is a silver short position? JP Morgan is out of it now. So right now it sits in the hands of 8 banksters. HSBC being one, Deutsche Bank being one, Citibank being one, BlackRock probably one. But if history proves, JP Morgan will be taken down, that company will be dismantled, and then the next entity to hold the silver short position will be the next target. So hang on tight to your silver. If you don't have any physical silver, send Andy Scheckman an email at Miles Franklin. Andy, A-N-D-Y, at Miles Franklin, MILESFRANKLIN.com. He has helped many Road to Ruta people get their first silver, and many Road to Ruta people add to their piles of silver. Silver stacking is one of the best things you can do, especially right now. Silver's still under $50. Buy it. Silver's still under $50. It's still being rigged, and they got to close out that short position. That might be what we're seeing right here. If these continue to rise, remember, only 800 to 850 million ounces of silver are mined every year, and here's the COMEX trading close to that every day. It is a con. It is a criminal organization, condoned and covered up by the CFTC, the regulator. Absolutely 100%. They even admit to it. Go back to the last Bart Chilton interview where he admits, yeah, JP Morgan was rigging the market back in 2011, but it was a political decision not to stop them. A political decision to help them skirt the law. They were breaking the law, but it was a political decision not to bust them. What kind of regulator is that? Pathetic. So all those people, one thing we didn't talk about in yesterday's End of the World as We Know It, we talked about all those things that could happen come the end of this month, coming into the summer by this year zero. One thing we forgot to talk about is the coming ice age that Cliff has been talking about for a long time. The main reason Cliff was talking about year zero back in September of last year was the military was saying it's year zero because the planet won't have enough food to feed themselves. Now we see this article on Zero Hedge just yesterday. The sun has gone into lockdown. This strange behavior could worsen global food shortages. At a time when the world is already hit with major crisis after major crisis, our sun is behaving in ways that we have never seen before. For as long as records have been kept, the sun has never been quieter than it has been in 2019 and 2020. And you will see below, we are being warned that we have now entered a very deep solar minimum. Unfortunately, the other very deep solar minimums throughout the history have corresponded with brutally cold temperatures and horrific global famines. And of course, the new solar minimum comes at a time when the United Nations is already warning that we are on the verge of of biblical famines around the world. So we better hope that the sun wakes up soon, because the alternative is almost too horrifying to talk about. Oh, wonderful. Just another thing to throw into the mix. Again, we are spiritual beings living a physical presence for a little while. We chose to come down here at this time because we're masochists. I don't know why we chose to come down here at this time. Probably because we can learn the most. In times of trouble, your soul can learn the most, your karma can get cleared, all that stuff, all that woo-woo new age stuff can happen in these times of trouble. And we are getting trouble left, right, and center. Interesting, in this graphic, they show a little comet coming in. We did talk about that yesterday. The two comets that are coming in. Atlas and Swan. Atlas was supposedly blown up, and now all of a sudden there's a fragment still there and coming towards our sun. Yes, all this shit is happening at the exact same time. Coronavirus might be the least of our worries coming up. I did talk briefly to Cliff through email, and he said his data is showing something big come September. Could be economic collapse, could be something. Could be a meteor strike, could be a sun flare, could be anything. You should have your backup electronics. You should back up everything on your computers, by the way. Anybody using the cloud, expect the cloud to be gone, because they got to erase a lot of shit, all the crimes from the past. Not to mention an EMP can take it out. Not to mention a solar flare can take it out. So if you want to keep your data, if you got cryptos just stored in, a hardware wallet, you got to keep it safe from a solar flare, obviously. So absolutely 100%. You probably have seed phrases written down, but hey, why not take the precaution of shielding all your electronics, or as much as you can? I'm going to put a link under this video of a bag that I use. It's a Tesla bag, one of those, I got it right here. It's down there. I'll put the link right below here. I put all my backup hardware drives in that bag because it's EMP proof, supposedly. Now's the time we got to think about this weird shit, because everything is changing. And if you're listening to Penny Kelly, something's changing next week. On the 27th, I believe she said. She believes it's probably economic. Could mean the explosion of the derivative market, could mean anything. We all know that the Democrats have to crash the system in the deep state before the election. So, do I think it's coming fast? Absolutely. Should you be ready? Absolutely. You should have the silver in your possession already. If not, send Andy Scheckman an email and say, what do you have in inventory? Miles Franklin. Andy at milesfranklin.com. What do you have in inventory that you can send me right away? That's the stuff you want. All right. So, on that doom and gloom, a little sunshine for your faces. Theta is continuing to move up at 19 cents. At 20, I will probably stop the giveaway. And it'll probably drop back down. Now, the giveaway right now is 100 Theta and 100 Theta fuel mailed to your front door, loaded onto a paper wallet along with a silver coin. This is for the private road members. It's a 1-year membership. It costs $2.99 for a full year. You get all the private road information, and this coin and the silver Ruta coin, the coolest coin ever. And unfortunately, no, I don't sell the coin outside of memberships. Sometimes I'll give them away when I'm playing in live concerts. But if you want to get one, you got to join the Road to Ruta. It's part of the initiation. And they're the coolest coin ever, double stamped with luster and a number on there. There's Ruta jumping up and down on the silver brick road, or the gold brick road, or the yellow brick road, or whatever you want to call it. It is the silver brick road. That was the intent. But there's the Cave of Gold in the side of the Grand Canyon in the Federal Reserve. All that stuff is coming into play now. Now is the time to join the Road to Ruta. All right, that's all I got for you. I'm going to jump on my motorcycle now and ride off into the sunset. I'll talk to you later.